Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go.
Hello good people and welcome back to another episode of Reviving Uncle's Farm. So yeah, I'm continuing the same day that previous episode was in, and I do wanna cultivate both fields today because tomorrow, so in the next month, we are going to be able to plant or seed all our crops. I think I will seed barley, and I think we can already seed. Let me just check the calendar real quick. We can already seed grass, yes. So I want to do this as quickly as possible. So we have enough time next time to seed everything, to bring the seed over to lease the seeder, and to adjust the pH settings of the soil and everything that needs to be done. Okay, let me see how this goes on. Okay. Yeah, okay, I need to... And we have it in third gear, yes, fourth gear. And it looks like this is top speed. Let me see how it's working. Yeah, good. Okay, so I will do this real quick. And oh, I forgot to refuel. Ah, that's unfortunate. I really need to have a talk with that farmer at the top of the hill. The one that has such a good entrance I always talk about. Yeah, I think that's gonna be our next step to improve our quality of life. Okay, well, this is not gonna be too entertaining to watch, so I'm gonna skip it. Because, you know, you've seen one, you've seen all. The gist of the situation is that the front discs cut the soil and throw it to the right, and the back discs throw it to the left side if I'm looking back like this. And this mixes the soil up thoroughly, and it prepares a very nice seed bed. As you can see, there are still some roots of this barley that was planted in before, which is all fine and dandy because it helps retain soil moisture, and it helps retain everything we need for a healthy crop. Okay, so I will get back to you when this is done, and then we'll see what we can do. If I run out of fuel in the meantime, I think I'll jump into the car and bring back some fuel gallons. But yeah, I really want to have fuel on hand in the farm, because I'm using so much fuel and it's so far to the gas station that it's not practical for me to go run there every time I need to refuel the tractor. Or if I change the tactic, maybe so that I refuel every time that I go to the gas station, that could be another solution. But it would still be nice to have something on hand here on the farm. Okay, the arable field is cultivated. Well, I still need to do the headland, but otherwise it's all cultivated. I still have some fuel, so it looks like I will be able to actually do everything I wanted to. Now I have read that you don't need to cultivate after plowing, but I think it's gonna be better if I do it, because I'm gonna get a pretty weak seeder. You know, it doesn't have any fancy cultivating options on. It's just a seeder that opens the ground and closes it back up. So yeah, I would probably do some damage if I would go in raw. So yeah, I'm going to cultivate the future grassland also, but I think this is going pretty well. And it should be a bit easier because the ground where the plow went over, it's softened up, and it doesn't pose such a resistance to our disc harrow. So yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty awesome. And fuel wise, we are still holding up, so it kinda looks like I'm gonna be able to do everything without refueling. Now I just hope I don't run out of fuel somewhere on the way to the gas station, because that would be annoying and I would feel ashamed. Okay, and the field is done. Okay, so we are now ready to seed. Now let's see how this field goes. This should go pretty well because, as I said, the soil is already loosened up. Yeah, and it's making a really nice seed bed. Okay, awesome. And I'm also putting all that slurry that I spread in the previous episode well into the ground, mixing it up into the soil, so when the seed come in, it's gonna have plenty of quote-unquote fuel when it starts sprouting roots. Yeah, I think this is going pretty well. Well, I think I'm more than halfway through the field because it is getting narrower and narrower the more we close to the top, but my fuel light is blinking for some time now, and yeah, I don't wanna test my faith, my my fate. As you can see on the left, there's a fuel gauge. It's under the zero, so yeah, I'm gonna go to the end of this line, the end of this row, and I'm gonna park the tractor over there, jump into the car, and we'll scoot to the fuel station to get maybe a gallon, maybe two, just to have it on hand for future mishaps like this. Yeah, I can lower it down. I don't want to stress the 3-point link more than I need to. So yeah, you thirsty old girl. So I could take this slurry tanker back to the dealers, but I think I'm gonna keep it for one more day, pay the leasing cost, because I want to spread slurry on the field when we sow the grass back in. Okay, and into our rust bucket. I know this is not a very graceful name, but it's not a very graceful car, so it fits. And the trailer can wait over here. Awesome. Yeah, and I'll check back in when I'm at the fuel station getting that fuel. Okay, I have bought 3 fuel gallons, 3 fuel canisters. It cost me 75 pounds. So, yeah, excuse me, sir. But I do want to get another thing off my chest, and I will run to the farmer on top of that hill, because we were talking about homemade fuel tanks, and I believe he has one. I just want to have a few words with him, ask what the requirements are for having one of these at your own place, and yeah, if there's anything special I need to know. So I will give him a visit. This is such a nice drive. I know I've said that already, but I'm probably gonna say it some more. Yeah, this horrendous horn. And I forgot about it. Okay, we had a few words with the guy, but yeah, this is it. So it has a protective metal sheet around it, but it's basically just an old tank for oil for heating. You know, so when you have an oil heater, this is where the oil would be stored. The improvement is this fuel handle. That is aftermarket, and he actually said, and there is a motor running the pump. Yeah, and he actually said he wants to get rid of this, and we agreed on a price of 1,000 pounds. Now I can't take it home right this moment, but I will make a transfer pretty soon, and I think it's gonna fit in our farm nicely in one of the open sheds. He did say it has to be somewhere in the open, but also sheltered, so it doesn't have direct sunlight. It doesn't have rain on it, because it can mix with your fuel and make it go bad. And he said that it has to be outside because of the fumes. You don't want to have fuel tanks inside, because it can get dangerous with risking explosion or even, you know, suffocation. So yeah, awesome. 1,000 pounds. I think I can spare this, because I am feeling pain with not having fuel at our farm. And yeah, we can order, you know, trucks to bring us fuel to refill our tank, and then we have quite a lot. I think it's 1,500 liter, something like that, so it should last us a while. And every time I'm at the farm and I need fuel, I can simply drive down to the tanker and refill the tractors or cars or combines or whatever. I think the combine is also low on fuel, so that's gonna be a very welcome thing. Yeah. Yeah, so the fuel tank would fit nicely over there at the back, or in this barn, or maybe... No, I don't want it to have it in a closed space. These bays are too narrow and long. It could be in here, or maybe it could be in this little shed over here, even though this is also an enclosed space. Or maybe we could have it under here. Okay, so we have different options, and I still have some time to think about it, where I want it. And now I want to focus on refueling the tractor. I'm gonna reverse here. Good thing we have a Jeep. So it doesn't mind a little bumpy tracks, or lack of tracks, if I can say so. Okay, let me see if I can refuel this. So I jump in and restart the tractor. Yeah, the gauge barely went up. Okay, let's do another one. Come on. But 2 should be enough to finish the field. Let me see. Yeah, okay, we have a quarter of tank. I'm gonna leave the tractor running so it warms up again. That's interesting. And move the car out of the way, and then I'll continue and finish this field off screen. It's also getting dark, so you wouldn't be able to see anything too useful. I think the car can go in here. That's perfect, yes. So the bales, eh? I really wonder how much we're gonna earn from them. I hope it's gonna be a lot. I believe I have around 11,000 pounds to repay on the tractor, which is almost halfway through the whole loan, the whole price. And yeah. So let me just quickly check the states of our loan. We have repaid 4 monthly repayments, and we are down to 17,300. So you can see how much we're overpaying this, because if we paid 4, that means we paid 850 something, 860, and we still have 17,321. So yeah, the interests are the things that get you. But we have only 1 loan and 1 lease payment, so we can handle this at the moment. But yeah, having too much loans, it can bury you financially. Alright, I'll continue this off screen, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, I'm nearing the end of the field. These rocks here looks like they're here to stay. And yeah, I managed to do it all with the fuel that we brought from the gas station. And yeah, I think this seed bed looks very nice. Very nice indeed. So I will go back to the farm and I will clean the tractor and the disc harrow up. Let me just correct little bits here. Okay, yeah. I will clean the machines up and put them into storage, and I will be back in the morning. But I think I remember that I need to put some grain to our chicken feed, so chicken feeding trough. So I might do that before I go to sleep. You know, crops can wait usually, but animals can't. And welcome back in this beautiful morning. So I have replanted the strawberries into the garden. and they are now gonna start growing and hopefully producing a lot of products. And yeah, of course, I do need to take the tomatoes and lettuce to the sell point. The cows are doing well. We have around 3,600 liters of milk to sell. So I definitely need a bigger milk transporter, because this 3-point wheeled is not sufficient. Not sufficient at all. And whoa. Did I get stuck on the barn? Yeah, looks like I got my tire into the pillar. Okay, and while I'm at the vending machine station, I must remember to refill the tractor with fuel. Otherwise, we're gonna have problems. And also, while I'm there at the store, I will go and speak with the manager about leasing a seeder, or maybe simply buying it, because I think I'm gonna be selling the silage real quick. Soon, and if that happens, we're gonna have plenty of money. So yeah, it might be a good idea to actually own the seeder. We are gonna be using it every year, every season, so I don't see why we shouldn't have one. Okay, well, I'll load this up and I'll be back. Okay, let's go, let's go. Don't keep me waiting. And our beautiful vending machine corner. I just loved it so much. But let's take tomatoes and refill. Now I still haven't found a solution to bring milk on pallets over here, because if I could do that, I could potentially make more money with selling milk and eggs in the same machine. I think we can do that all at once. But I would need a way to transport milk, because I can't afford the time to bring the tanker over to refill and then get back, you know. And that would mean 2 trips, and it would eat too much of my daytime to actually be profitable. Okay, let me put the straps back on, because, you know, safety first. And now I do want to refuel. See, I haven't forgotten. We'll go a little bit over here so I can exit then. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Let me make this happen. Alright, 106 pounds for fuel. Now I will go a little bit forward to our neighbors and have a word with them about the seeder, and we'll see what we can come up. I'm probably gonna get the same one I had last time, but maybe I can negotiate a decent price. So yeah, give me a minute or two. Right, so we can get an used seeder that we had previously. It would cost us 6,800 pounds, and we also have an option. So the first seeder is 3-meter wide, and the second option is for 3,500 pounds we can get a Nordstern or something like that seeding machine, which is only 2.5 meters wide. So it would be easier to transport down the roads, but I still think we are not... Well, we actually have only field at our farm, so road transportation is out of the question as of right now. but it is almost half the price, so I will have to have a think about it. And probably I would be leasing it for this session now, because yeah, we have 10,000 pounds and I don't want to waste them all on a seeder I use only once a year. Okay, it's not even 8 AM and we have already gathered some funds back in. 2,000 pounds to be exact. But yeah. So I still have to go back to the farm and sell the milk. And another thing I have forgotten to talk about with dealers is a bale grab. I do have a bale spike, but I really don't want to use that because piercing the bales ruins them, and I do want to sell them for as much as I can possibly get. Of course, you know, we need to make a decent amount of cash to actually be able to run our farm and to maybe improve on the machines we have. If we get, you know, maybe we can earn for a seeder. So yeah, that would be an option. I might do something different, I had just realized now. So I might take the silage bales to be sold and use that extra cash to buy a seeder. Now that would be a different story, because as I was calculating, we have around 30 grand in those bales over there sitting at our farm. They have fully fermented, so they are ready to be sold. But I still need a grab or a fork for handling rat bales of some sort because before I do that. Load number 1. So coming into the dairy for a second load, and I must say there has been some pretty dangerous driving involved in this transportation, because I am rushing. You know, making 2 trips to get to there to get all the milk sold is very much suboptimal, and I do want to change that very soon. There are some options. There is a Joskin trailer, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that is supposed to take around 4,000 liters or 3.6 thousand liters. Okay, this is the second load, so 1.5 grand. We are sitting again at a comfortable 15,884, and we also have vending machines on the running. So yeah, our financial situation is looking quite good, but I do need to invest into new pieces of equipment real bad. I need a bigger tanker for milk. I need a seeder. I need a fertilizer spreader that we're gonna use to spread lime, because I am thinking of fertilizing naturally with our slurry and manure. And that means we also need a slurry tanker. We also need a manure spreader. So all that things that are still on the list, and none of that is very cheap. You know, everything is like 5,000 and more, and or you know 10,000 and more. Yeah, I still want to make some upgrades to the farm, such as the fuel tanker. That would be nice, because if you look at my fuel gauge, I have refueled when I went to refill the vending machines, and the level is already going down. So yeah, this really is a thirsty girl. Okay, and with this I will leave you for this episode. Next time we're gonna be dealing with the silage bales. We're gonna be dealing with the seeding, with getting the seeder over and all that things. So we're gonna have our hands full of work, and yeah, This is usually the case in spring, so nothing out of the ordinary, but still a tremendous amount of work in front of us. I don't know why I decided to reverse this in here. Anyway, I would like to thank you for watching. I wish everything good for you, and see you next time. Bye bye.